lovelies, welcome back. If you are new, hi, my name is Yasmin. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. I know I say this into every intro of my videos, but I really do mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for being here and watching my videos. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button before you leave. So yeah, let's get started with today's video. So today I wanted to do kind of like my tips and tricks type of video for a base, perfect foundation, and powder also. So I'm not gonna go into contour and blush, highlight, all that stuff. I'm just gonna pretty much just do the face, stopping at setting your face with powder. So first thing I wanna talk about is obviously the before process, before putting makeup on. Sorry if you hear my animals. I have my dog and my cat in here and they're like playing with each other, they're like running back and forth. Sorry if you hear that. But anyways, so skincare is very important to do before you do any type of makeup on your face. I've noticed over the years, I've been doing my face makeup for a long time, more than like eyes or anything like that, eyebrows. So I've kind of come a long way from knowing what works for me, what doesn't, what works, you know, what products don't. So right now, the products I found and the tips and tricks that I found that have been working for me so far, I've been loving all the combinations that I've been using. So my skin type obviously is a little different, so not everybody is gonna have the same skin type as me, but if you do, maybe this stuff will work for you. And if you have maybe like a different skin type, like I have very dry skin and I'm only oily around the tip of my nose and a little bit on my forehead, but that's pretty much it. I'm pretty much dry everywhere else. So if you're like really oily, or if you're a combination, or if you're normal, I would suggest kind of using the same idea as me, just trying to find. They're fine, by the way, they do this all the time, so that was kind of intense. Anyways, so yeah, just find the similar like stuff. Just make sure that you find a product that works for your skin type. Like for example, since I am dry, I will go ahead and find like an exfoliating cleanser with like a something that'll hydrate my skin, a really nice moisturizer, something like that. So it keeps me hydrated and then takes away the flakes off of my face, like the dry flakes. So if you're like oily, maybe you want to get like a matte foundation and like a really good powder that'll really hold in that oil throughout the day, because the point is to have foundation and makeup is to make it last all day. That way your foundation doesn't like break apart or spread everywhere, you know. So these again, you can use the same concept, just probably find products that are more for your skin type. So first thing I want to start with is face wash. So before I put on any type of makeup, I of course wash my face, I do my cleansing. I have a different skincare routine when it comes to the morning and then at night. At night is when I really use my skincare, because I feel like it works overnight, so it works a little longer, so it keeps my skin a little healthier, if that makes sense. So let me know if you guys want a video about my skincare routine. I have something that's working for me right now, and I like to try new products as I move along in life. So just let me know if you guys want that as well. So right now I'm using this. I'm using the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Exfoliating Cleanser. Looks like this. So it's a really great exfoliating cleanser for me. First off, because it exfoliates, so it really gets in there and takes all that makeup out, but it also scrubs off all of the dry flakes that are on my face. Like I remember when I was getting sick and like when the weather was getting really cold, I would get very dry. So this really did a great job at scraping off all the dry flakes and everything. And then it also has hyaluronic acid, which is really great for hydrating your skin. So it's doing kind of like a 2-in-1 thing that I really need out of a cleanser. I used to use 2 different ones, one for hydration and one for exfoliating, and that's too much, okay? I already spend too long in the shower and I want to shorten my shower time. So it's just really great because it does both for me. So this one really works out. I use this in the morning before I apply, makeup, and I also use it at night to really clean the rest of the makeup off my face. So this is a really good one. Another tip and trick that I have, if you are like me and you're a little more hairy than you're supposed to be, that is me. So my hair grows out very fast. I have a lot of hair on my head. I have like my arms, my legs. I have to shave almost every day and it's honestly so annoying, but I have to live with it. And I also get like little peach fuzz around my face. So that's what I use these for. I found that having a more like hair-free face really helps smoothen out my foundation. It lets it blend better, it just looks better, it feels nicer, it blends a lot easier. I feel like without the little hairs in the way, I feel like my foundation looks so much better. And I use this everywhere. I use all my whole face, my little peach fuzz, my eyebrows, my forehead. I use it everywhere. So these are really good if you're like me and you're a little, have a little peach fuzz everywhere. These are really good for your face. That just really sets my face and makes it really clean and fresh and ready for makeup. Alright, so now that we got the before part, now I'm going to start with the base. So the two products that I've been using that have been working really well for me, I'm still using my Touch and Soul No Problem Primer. I'm running out, so I need a new bottle, like ASAP. This is really good for filling in my pores. I have pretty big pores around here and a little bit on my nose, so I really need to find something that will really fill in those pores. That way when I put whatever foundation on, you won't see my pores kind of seeping through the foundation, which won't look very nice. It looks disgusting. So I found that this works for me very well. By the way, I will put all the prices of all the products that I use down below if I remember. If not, I'll look it up. But a lot of the products I do buy at Ulta or Walmart. I like to go to Ulta because I get points and stuff, so they up the price a little bit by like 50 cents, but again, I get points and dollars off, so it doesn't really bother me. And then the next product that I use is a hydrating primer. It's to hydrate and smooth primer base. It's from Maybelline. It's their Master Prime. So I got this from my friend Adiana. She also has a YouTube channel, and she recommended this to me through Snapchat because she knows that I have very dry skin. So shout out to her, by the way. She also does beauty videos, so I'll link her channel down below so you guys can check her out. But thank you very much, because I love this and I've been using this non-stop. It's really nice. It says it visibly smooths, primes skin with hydration, lightweight formula, and does not clog pores, and all this is absolutely true for me. My skin doesn't feel very dry, my pores don't look as intense. So both of these together, like, you can't really see my pores. It does really smoothen out my face. It makes my foundation look really, really smooth onto the face. So I definitely recommend this one in case you guys are also, you know, my skin type. Or if you guys just have very large pores as well, this might be a good one. This one too. This one wasn't that expensive. I got this at Sephora. I think it was like 20 bucks or something, and the bottles lasted me for a long time. I don't even know how long I've had this. So this is a great combination for me. It's been working out for me very, very, very well. So I'm actually gonna do my makeup while I'm doing this so you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on the primer that I suggested. So I just put on like about that amount is good. About this much is fine. So then I kind of smooth it on here, and then I just kind of go like this. Kind of really patting it in, but like smoothing it out right in here. That way it really gets into my pores. Sorry if I sound funny, by the way. I've been fighting a cold for a while, and it's just starting to go away. But you know, when you have like that last little stuffy nose, or you have like a little bit of a cough, that's how I feel right now. But you know, not as bad as it was. It was pretty bad a few days ago. Like, I had to skip work and skip school, so I'm gonna do this. And now that it's all patted into my skin, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Master Prime. I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. I put a lot of this. I do like the bottom half of my face first, and then I use the top half. This is what I use for the bottom half. So I'm just gonna smooth that on here. And I really want to get into the areas where I'm mostly dry, which is usually around my nose and my mouth here, where I usually get dry flakes, which is really disgusting. And I do bring it down a little bit to the neck because I do put foundation down my neck a little bit, especially when I'm showing like a little bit of skin is where I want it to blend out. Now that that half is done, then I take some more and I do the top half. This lasted me a while, by the way. So I take about this much again, and then I go ahead and blend onto my hand and put it on my forehead, working my way down. Yes, I even put it on my eyelids. I feel like putting it on my eyelids, it doesn't like mess with anything. Like, it doesn't mess with the concealer or eyeshadow that's gonna go on top of it. So that's a good thing to have for a primer. So I don't know if you guys can tell a difference on my face now. I kind of let the primer kind of sink in and kind of set for a little bit. That way I know it's really in my skin. So the next thing I want to talk about is foundation, which is our next step. So when it comes to the applicator, I used to use a brush, and I feel like it worked, but I feel like it didn't blend to my skin as well as a sponge would do. I'm much more of a sponge person, as you guys know now. I have a makeup sponge collection going on now, and I'm kind of loving it. So the sponge I want to talk about has been working for me and has been my favorite so far is the Eco Tool sponge, and it's super affordable and it's super squishy. Oh my gosh, I already wet it, so super squishy, and I love that it has the round little butt here, and then it has like a long edge, this edge, and then a shorter edge. So you can really do all kinds of stuff with this. I'm sorry. I love this for foundation, I love this for concealer, I love this for powder. I use it for my whole face. Like, I love this sponge. And it's only $4.99. I got it, I paid $4.99 for this at Ulta. And then they had like a buy one get one half off the brand. So I only got one because I didn't know how it was gonna, how it was gonna work with me. This is my favorite and I love this. So you guys can use whatever sponge you guys like, whatever works for you, whatever you like. If you like a brush too, go ahead. For me personally, for what's been working for me is this sponge and the sponge in general. And then the foundation I've been using is the Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage 24-Hour Foundation. Looks like this. And I do have the shade Classic Ivory. Sorry, it's not. There you go. For me, I like more of a full coverage foundation. If you like more of like a lightweight foundation, but you want like a dewy finish, you want kind of more fuller medium coverage to like dewy, or if you want like a full coverage matte, there's so many different types of foundation, different types of formulas, and it's totally up to you what you want to use, what works for your skin type. There's so many different foundations out there, and I have mentioned a couple in my videos. Oh, I do want to make a video about foundations, by the way, mostly drugstore. So let me know if you guys want to see that as well, because I've been testing out a lot. But this is so far my favorite foundation. I have a lot of blemishes, a lot of redness that I want to cover on my face. So this is a really great foundation for that. It's really, really full coverage, and it doesn't make your face cakey. It's not heavy, and it doesn't feel dry. It doesn't look dry either. So this is my favorite. So what I do with this is I just use the butt of the little Eco Tool sponge. I'm going to shake this up a little bit. What I like about this one is that it has a pump. It's a little dirty, I'm sorry. And I'm just going to squeeze about 3 pumps. 1, 2, 3, and that covers my whole face. Oops. Then I'm going to put my hair back a little bit. I'm sorry my hair's in the way. I'm sorry it looks really bad today. I'm gonna fix my mirror over here. And then just kind of dot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's gonna be, I'm gonna mostly start in the middle and then kind of spread out, if that makes sense. I'm gonna go ahead and start with my nose area. I'm just gonna do like slight pounces, very, very, very light. You don't want to do like really heavy pounces or like really hard pounces on your face. Look at how much that's already covered. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. You don't want to do really hard pounces on your face, because I feel like with sponges, the harder you press, the more product the sponge is going to take with it. That's what the point of these. These always take product away as well as blending it out. So you might want to be a little light when you're blending it out. And I love the sponge. Oh my god. Okay, can you guys see a really big difference now in my face? Like, I'm full covered to, and my freckles are still kind of peeking through a little bit, but I don't mind my freckles peeking through. It's like the blemishes and the redness that I wanted covered, and it's covered. So obviously my favorite foundation. So then the next thing I go in with is my Tarte Shape Tape Contour Concealer, and I have the shade Light Medium. I really love this concealer. I have not yet found a concealer that is as good as this. The Makeup Revolution is really close to it, but this doesn't make my eyes crease at all. My eyes do not crease with this, so you do not have to set it if you do not want to. The Makeup Revolution does crease on me, so that's why I really like this one. They're really close to formula, but I'd rather just use this one. So what I do with this, I just kind of add 1 scoop here. I don't need too much because the foundation's already full coverage, so I try not to add a crazy amount. I put a lot on my nose because I have a lot of scarring here, then up here. And I like to use this to prime my eyes for like eyeshadow. That's how much I use. And then I go ahead and go back in with the little Eco Tool sponge, and I just blend it out. Little light taps just to blend it out. See? It don't need to be too rough. It kind of helps if you put like a pinky up and kind of just dab it on the face. Hope the lighting's not bad because it was really cloudy and now it's getting sunny again. Okay, so the last part I'm going to show you guys is the face powder. So I guess you guys, depends on your skin type. If you like to bake, then you could go ahead and bake underneath your eyes for a little bit, do your eyebrows, and then just sweep it off. You can bake the rest of your face. It's totally up to you. Again, I'm a little dry, so I notice that when I bake, sometimes if I bake a little too long, it'll end up looking dry. So I don't really like to bake as much anymore. So I've just been setting my whole face, and the product that I've been using is the Maybelline Fit Me Set and Smooth Normal to Dry Face Powder, and I get the shade Natural Beige 220. And I've really been liking this powder. This is kind of like an oldie but goodie type of thing because I've been using this powder for a long time. I don't know if like over time they changed the formula but I still really like it. So this is what the pan looks like. As you can see, I've used quite a bit of it. So with this, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Eco Tools sponge again. I know it's kind of crazy, but I'm gonna go ahead and take, let's see, I guess it depends. I'm gonna go ahead and use the smaller little edge here. You can use the butt of it or like the other longer side. This one has less foundation on it, so I'm just gonna use this part. And I just kind of grab some like this. See how I get some product? And I kind of just press it onto my skin. I find that this works so much better than a brush. I used to use a brush for my powder, and I find that this works so much better. I feel like you really get it into your skin and not just have it just lay on top. I really feel like it blends into the skin, really sets your makeup, sets your foundation, the concealer especially. I feel like it makes everything just look more smooth and a lot nicer. I just like how this looks better. And then in my areas where I get more oily, I put like extra powder, like around my nose. Here I put extra powder. Here. Put extra powder underneath my eyes just in case. Usually it doesn't crease, but I like to put a little extra there anyway. And also my eyes. I don't know if you guys can see a difference, but I always see a difference. Comparing it to how my makeup used to look, this looks so much better. It really looks a lot more smooth, a little more blended. Doesn't look like anything's just laying on top. I feel like everything's kind of working together, if that makes sense. So now I got my face powder done. This is usually when I do like my contour, bronzer, blush, and highlight. And then after I have all those powders down, I like to spray my face. Why don't I just do that really quick? I'm just gonna put that stuff on and then I'll show you what I use to spray my face and I'll let you know why it works for me. So I'm gonna do that really quick. Okay, so I went ahead and finished like my contour, bronzer, blush, and highlight. So after I put all of that powder stuff down, I like to go in with the setting spray that I know that makes my makeup last, that makes my makeup look less powdery, because I do have a lot of powder on my face. So you really want to grab a setting spray that you know will do that for you, that'll set your powders down on your face and not just kind of sit on top of it. Really blends into the skin and something that makes your makeup last all day. So the one that I use is kind of pricey, but I will buy it time and time again because of how long it holds my makeup. It makes it look like I just did my makeup, even though I did my makeup like 7 hours ago. And it really like refreshes your makeup. Like if your makeup's starting to look like it's not looking that well, you spray this and you blend it out with a sponge. Makes your makeup look amazing. So I really like this. It's the Urban Decay All Nighters Makeup Setting Spray. I think this is like $40 something, but I love this spray. I will not, focus, I'm right here. Thank you. So I will keep buying this setting spray like forever until something cheaper and that works just like this comes around. I love this. So this is my really favorite, my most favorite setting spray. So I'm gonna go ahead and shake it up and I'm gonna spray some on my face. So I just kind of just go like this, that way it kind of sinks in. I know I look very moist at the moment. Sorry if you don't like that word, moist. Ugh. Okay. And then what I like to do when it gets a little more dry and it isn't so wet, I like to go back in with my Eco Tools sponge and use like the butt of the sponge. It kind of, the sponge, I can't talk today. The sponge, I like to use the butt of it and kind of like blend it out a little more, especially in my highlighting areas. That way your highlight doesn't look like it's just like a little line there. You really want it to blend into the skin and look like a really natural like highlight. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Just kind of lightly pounce. Don't scrape, is what I forgot to say. Don't scrape, don't wipe, don't drag. You're gonna pounce it. Because if you pounce, it's a lot better than you just swiping because you might slather the foundation around or whatever product you have on your face. There you go. Ah, fingerprints. Yes. Yes. My face is looking fresh and full coverage because there's a lot I need to cover. So I don't know if you guys can see a difference. I definitely can see a difference from the before and after of my face makeup. I think it looks so good. I feel like it looks really blended. Like, not to toot my own horn here, but I feel like it looks really good compared to like all the years my makeup has never looked this good. And yeah, so hopefully you guys take my tips and like use them. Let me know if you guys do. I really would love that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my eyebrows on and put a little bit of, you know, finish the rest of my makeup, and then we'll get to the ending of the video. So yeah guys, this is pretty much my finished like base, foundation, and powder routine. And it's really been working out for me. I think my makeup looks really, really good, and I know it works because I've had it for many, many hours throughout the days. And I've been wearing it for a couple, like maybe like 2 months now. So I just really wanted to help you guys out, give you some tips and tricks just in case if you're trying to figure out ways to make your foundation work, make it not look cakey, kind of, you know, try to just give you tips and, you know, just little hacks that you guys can have with you. And this is what works for me. And, you know, just make sure to find the products that work for your skin type. That's really important. And skincare is very important as well, because if your skin isn't right, your makeup's not gonna look right. If you use the wrong products for your skin type, it's just not gonna work for you. It's just not gonna work. So just make sure that you know your skin type, do your skincare, do your research, and just find the products that work for you. So yeah, let me know if you guys found this helpful. Let me know what tip worked out for you, what tip you're going to use, what you are already using, or if you have your own tip that you wanna give me. Great, I would love to know new tips and new tricks, new ways to do my makeup. Right now I'm really loving this, and if you guys do, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button before you leave. It really does help me out. And there's also a little bell next to the subscribe button. Be sure to click that. That way you are notified every time I post new videos, which I'm trying to post new videos throughout the weeks, but it's getting a little harder now that you know, because I'm in college. So the further deeper I am in school, the harder it is, because that's when I start throwing a lot of assignments at you, a lot of papers, a lot of exams. So, but I'm trying my very best to post more videos for you guys. If you guys have any more video ideas that you guys want me to do for you, go ahead and drop them down below, or just drop down below and say hi. I'd love to talk to you guys. So yeah, till next time, bye.